Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 8th quarantine concert in our quarantine concert series, live from the Fur Peace Station here at the Fur Peace Ranch in Meigs County, Ohio. Tonight's concert is sponsored by Yorma's Choice CBD products, the only choice when it comes to CBD that works, and sponsored by O'Neill Hartman Insurance in the Plains, Ohio. That's right. Should be your last stop for insurance.
Well, you should probably
needs,
mention,
right?
since you mentioned the Plains, Ohio, that's where Athens High School, where Joe Burrows went.
Go, Joe!
Just saying.
All right. Okay, so we want to thank everyone for your donations, which was something that the fans asked if they could do, and we weren't expecting to do a tip jar or anything like that, but thank you for suggesting it. Our crew that volunteers for all of these live streams appreciates it. So if you, probably on our screen right now or throughout the night, you'll see an address for PayPal and Venmo, and those are the two ways that we're actually taking donations. Our crew thanks you. Yorm and I thank you. We are beyond grateful.
We are. And even if you don't donate, we love you anyway.
We do. That's right, we do. So we have, how our show runs is there's going to be a little music, some questions. This is how we've been rolling these last, oh my goodness. I guess if it's the eighth concert, it's 8 weeks.
Yes, it'll be filled with idle badinage.
Okay, Yorma.
Yeah.
So those of you that are on the live chat, I'll be managing the live chat. We already have our questions. That doesn't mean if you send a question in to the Facebook page, I will get it and it'll stay in this large stack, and hopefully we'll try to get to it. Really, these concerts are about the music, but it's been really nice to hear Yorma talk about questions that you've
Yeah, we like to
had.
yak about stuff.
Yeah. So tonight in the Fur Peace Ranch Company store, our show specials are that Yorma 70th birthday DVD. You want to hold that up, Yorma, to this camera over here?
Hang on, I'm working on it. Here we go.
So we reduced the price of Yorma's, I can't believe this is the 70th, because you're going to be 80 in...
So this one's priced to sell, right?
It is priced to sell.
Okay.
While supplies last, but we're going to run it through Memorial Day weekend, so really till midnight on Monday. Also, every order that comes in, no matter what it is, you're going to get a free tin of Israel Loves Super Girl Power tea.
You know, what can I say about Izzy Supergirl Power Tea? Yes, fellas, it does turn pink when you pour hot water on it, but I enjoy a nice cup of Israel Loves Supergirl Power Tea before we watch yet one more episode of Breaking Bad. It just works out perfectly. It really does.
We're latecomers to Breaking Bad, so we don't want to know anything. Everybody's kept...
Yeah, my son, hey, Dad, I watched it in high school. Well, don't tell me anything, okay?
Don't tell us. Also, I still have some signed set lists from last week. So every $25 order that comes in, we're going to throw in one of the signed set lists from last week.
Suitable for framing.
And all of our motorcycle shirts have been drastically reduced. So our Fur Peace MC motorcycle shirts, we have them from 2009 through 2000. So everything from 2009 to 2017 has been reduced. Also, there's a couple of items over there, Yorma.
Yep.
I want you to hold up the Hot Tuna 50-year anniversary poster and the Before They Were Them CD.
50 years, but who's counting?
We just sent a full box of those posters to Jack, who's going to sign them. And I believe the artist has already signed them. Yorma's already signed them. The new Before They Were Them CD.
June 28th, 1969.
That's right. It's a new CD. We're a little late.
Better late than never, I say.
So maybe, I don't know. I know Jack is watching.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Jack, you can either put those posters in the mail, or maybe you can throw them in your car and drive them out here.
Yeah, what's a 3,000-mile drive?
Was that a hint? Okay. All right. Let's get started.
Yeah, let's do
Thank
it.
you all for watching, and thank
Indeed.
you for your support. Thanks for allowing us to do these free streams. I say again, free streams. There was some issue with whether or not this was, if we were paying for these. The answer is no.
Yeah, if you hit a paywall, you've been spoofed.
Yeah, one thing that Andy Wallow, who is one of our tech people on site, wanted me to mention, those of you that have been loyal watchers know that the last 2 weeks we had some glitches. Last week's concert is up in its entirety, so if you missed the first half because we were dealing with a Google YouTube issue, it is up, so you get to hear the introductions in the first song, so I did want to mention that. Okay.
Cool.
How about we start out with some music? And
Well, we
then
might do that. I was just going to mention that I noticed that we were talking about it the other day. Analog gaffes and mistakes can sometimes be delightfully created. Digital mistakes just plain suck. That's all I got to say about that. And the other thing is, hey, Scott Dale out there in Colorado, Scott wondered what this microphone, this condenser mic was. It's a Shure KSM 32. Is that right, Myron? And is this the standard? Is this a beta? Is this a beta? It's a standard SM58. SM58. It's not a beta, huh? Nope. Oh, I didn't see the little blue thing. Anyway, cool. So. I said, Lord, search my heart. Well, Lord, search my heart. Well, Lord, now search my heart. So I'll know what's right, what's wrong. When I'm in misery, search my heart. When I'm in misery, search my heart. When I'm in misery, I said, search my heart. So I'll know what's right, what's wrong. When I'm hungry, search my heart. When I'm hungry, search my heart. Well, when I'm hungry, I said, search my heart. So I'll know what's right, what's wrong. Well, Lord, search my heart. Lord, search my heart. Well, Lord, and I said, search my heart, so I'll know, well, what's right now, well, what's wrong. Thank you. That's a Reverend Garrett Davis song, and it's really been having a lot of fun dragging out a lot of these guitars that somehow get lonesome when they're not getting played. This is, as we've mentioned on some of these early concerts, this is a 58 J50 that I bought new in Dayton, Ohio for $100. And this is the guitar that I learned that song on, actually. So there. Wait, I see a signal. I see a signal. What's up, Vanessa?
Well, we have this question that you handpicked because it came via email. And it may take a little bit to answer.
Okay.
But this is from the judge.
Here come the judge.
So here's the question. What was it like working with Felix Pappalardi, and could you share any Disraeli Gears stories?
Judge Jim up there in Ulster County, New York. Hey, listen, Judge, I got this little speeding ticket, and I'd like to. Now we'll talk about that later. So Felix Pappalardi. So Felix Pappalardi produced the Hot Tuna record Double Dose, and I met him in a really strange way. I was in my ex-wife was from Malmö, which is in South Sweden, and we'd been visiting her family, and I went over to Copenhagen on the Øresund ferry. They got a bridge there now, but this is a long-ass time ago. And I went to see this Danish band called Gasoline. The lead singer, Kim Larsen, had a bunch of great players in it, and they were being produced at the time by Felix Pappalardi, who I'd never met before. One of my ex's friends knew one of the guys in the band or something, so we went to the Falconer Auditorium, which is in Copenhagen, where the Airplane played in '66. But anyway, so we're hanging out with the guys, great band, and started talking to Felix, and we know something, we never even mentioned Disraeli Gears, which is interesting because it's one of my Desert Disc albums, but for some reason our relationship never involved Kramer, Disraeli Gears. So anyway, so we got to talking, and one thing led to another, and he produced the Hot Tuna Double Dose record. Well, anyway, I know we've had some discussion about the time when Jack and I didn't play. I'm going to use the word hiatus because Jack and I remained friends. We'll argue about that another time. But in any case, so Felix and I were going to do a band in the late '70s, early '80s. And we were gonna call it MAD, Mutually Assured Destruction, sort of an upbeat title. And but his wife Gail wound up shooting him, and he died, and so that didn't happen. So Judge Jim, we didn't talk about Disraeli Gears. We did do a double album together. We talked about doing another one. It never happened, and that's pretty much the deal. Now, Felix Pappalardi is such an interesting guy because I'd heard about him way before the rock and roll thing through my friend Steve Mann, who I've talked about, great acoustic guitar player, already passed away at this time. But in any case, so he talked about these productions that Felix was doing in the late '50s and early '60s, where the entire record was built from the bass line up. I always found it interesting. Here's your cue, Jack. Anyhow, that's the answer, Vanessa. What do you think? Do I see a thumbs up there? I do. Are you wearing your mask? You are. Look at this. Maybe I'll put mine on. So, I also need to mention, there's an Eventide rose pedal on the floor, which I'm not using tonight because we're not plugging in at all. We're just using microphones. Um, Anthony Agnello has been a friend of mine for a long time, and he's sort of like the father figure there at Eventide. And yeah, so just thinking about you guys up there in the New York area, Anthony. You guys stay well. Anyhow, the Rose is a real cool thing. It's sort of half digital, half analog. Maybe we'll geek out about it next week if I get off my lazy butt and figure something out between now and then. Anyway, thank God for presets. Well, how long, baby, how long that even trade been gone, since that blood red sun went down. You know I'm looking around that mama, feeling so bad. Lost the best woman I said, man, I've had. How long? Well, how long? Baby, how long? Well, how long? Baby, how long? Evening trade been gone. Since that blood red sun went down. Well, how long, baby, how long that even trade been gone since that blood red sun went down. You know, I thought I heard a whistle, Mom and Lord, and I think I see a train. Deep in my heart there is an aching pain. How long? Well, how long? Baby, how long? Well, how long, baby, how long that even trade been gone since that blood red sun went down. Yikes. Let's see. Well, by golly, I'm having pretty much fun playing this guitar. So I think I'll stick with it. Well, here's one I haven't done for a while. Baby, I want you to know. Baby, I want you to know where you been doing all now. Can't do that no more. Well, I want you to know. Baby, I want you to know where you been getting all that. Can't do that no more. Well, I'm a stranger here just got in this town. Ain't no need lady yet turn me down. Baby. Won't you understand? Honey, won't you understand? I don't mean you no good, Lord, find yourself another man. Well, baby, won't you to know? Baby, won't you to know where you been doing? No, can't do that no more. Well, honey, won't you to know? Well, I want you to know we've been doing all, can't do that no more. Well, I'm a stranger here, just got in your town. Is it long? They did turn me down, baby. Oh, honey. Won't you understand? Honey, won't you understand? I don't mean you no good, Lord. Find yourself another man. Well, I don't mean you no good, Lord. Find yourself another man. Yikes. Well, here's another chestnut. Boy, you just can't have too many chestnut. But that's you guys are working me on this, man. I haven't practiced guitar so much in years. All right, so here's a song called Broken Highway. broken highway, broken dream. Thieves and pimps, cheap as wine, gamble, game chat, suits me fine, broken highway, broken dream. By my mirror, behind a shade, practice, smile and feel, only rage, broken highway, broken dream. Broken highway is a town. Be my main street when the sun go down. Broken highway, broken dream. Thank you. Well, Vanessa, I see you're on your feet.
Hi, Yorma.
Hey, Vanessa.
Okay, this is from Blake. On the River, he said River of Life album. He meant River
I know
of
what he meant.
Time
I got it.
album.
It's good.
On the River of Time album, is there a backstory on why you chose to record Pigpen's song Operator?
Yes,
Just that it's an obscure Grateful Dead tune.
true, true. Well, yeah, there's a backstory. First of all, it's the key of F. The key of love, as we used to say. Yeah, so, right. All right, so So I got involved in this American Beauty project in Manhattan at the Financial Center. Wow, when was that, Mara? 9, 8? It's been over a decade ago. Anyway, and actually, it's the first time that I met Larry Campbell and a lot of great people, and a lot of cool stuff happened as a result of this. But in any case, so David Spellman, I believe that's a David Spellman thing. He's a guy that puts together great shows up in the tri-state area up there in New York. Eh? Yeah, New York Guitar Festival. That's David. And he does all this stuff. Anyway, so yeah, so the American Beauty Project. Well, that was a funny thing for me because, like, being a San Francisco guy, people always go, "Well, wow, you must have hung out with the Dead, and you must have known all these songs." And the answer is that we all did hang out a lot together, but we were all colleagues. And so we were all like wrapped up in our own careers. So I wasn't busy learning Grateful Dead songs, because Jefferson Airplane songs were really hard to learn anyway. That being said, I had met Pig, of course, one of the first guys that I met when I moved to San Francisco in '62, and we were friendly and played little blues and this and that. So when David asked me to pick a song to do for the American Beauty Project, John Hurlbut, are you here? Did I consult you? Sometimes you're my consultant on these things. Did I talk to you about this song? Yes, what he's saying is yes, it was a natural. Yeah, John has hipped me to a bunch of cool stuff when I've needed to do Grateful Dead songs, so I checked it out as an F. I played it like a man, no capo, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, so we get to this thing, and it was not too long after Blue Country Hearts, so we got Byron House to play bass, Barry Mitterhoff playing mandolin, me playing guitar and singing, and I met Larry Campbell, of course. We immediately became pals, and so we pressed Larry into the band, and we did the song, and that's pretty much how that happened. The other thing is that Amy Hill's Ola Bell was on that show. Tommy Emmanuel showed me this really cool this cool E7th chord, and I remember I was playing on it, and we were playing song in E, and I did this. And one of our guitar players, I forget his name, we were both playing the chord, and we went, yeah, Merle Travis chord. Good stuff. Anyway, yeah, that's the backstory. Yeah. Okay, should I change guitars on this? Yes, I should. So, I got an email from this buddy of mine from back in the early skating days, our friend out in California, John DeMont, who was one of these, just a great guy, magical guy, but he was one of these guys that just had the gift for that kind of stuff. And he's not as old as me, but he still has the gift, and he's still doing remarkable things. Anyway, he sent me this email, and he says, basically, you were my... He used other words, but what he said was, you look pretty gimped up when you're walking across the stage. Maybe you need, and he had all these stretching exercises for me to do. I don't even know why I mentioned that. All I can say is, as much as I love to play the guitar, you try sitting on your butt for an hour or 90 minutes, and you're going to be gimped up when you get up too. That's all I can say. So anyway, speaking of Larry Campbell, so we did the River of Time album. We did this little song called "A Walk with Friends" that Barry and Larry and I co-wrote. We were convinced it was some movie guy was going to make it the theme to a movie, and we were going to like retire or something like that. But here's how that happened. So Barry goes. He plays this chord for me, and he says, here's a C6-9. You'll never find anything to do with this chord. And having been thus challenged, I wrote this song using that chord. It's called "A Walk with Friends." Thank you. You know, speaking of walking with friends, Byron, why don't you walk on down here? He's walking. Yes, indeed, he's talking. You and me. But one of these days, they're, yeah, okay. You wearing boots today too?
I am.
My brother. What kind are yours?
I forget. Red Wings, maybe?
Okay, I got. My wife selected Larry Mayans for me today.
Oh, nice.
She thought my jeans were too short and I needed a pair of boots or something. I guess.
We all thought you were
I was thinking bicycle clips might be a good look, but we'll talk about that. Okay. Well, tell us what's going on here, Myron.
I thought maybe this week I'd play a coal mining song. Since we live on top of them.
I think we're on top of one right now.
Probably, I would imagine. We're in Meigs County, folks.
We are.
Meigs County, Ohio, 740. What do you say? We should do this?
Let's do it.
It's a song called The Deep Mine Blues, everybody. Got something like this. I swore before I was a man I'd not go down in the mine like my daddy, his daddy, friends by the score who were crippled and bent at the spine. You won't see the light of day. You can't wash that coal dust away. You'll never gain as much as you lose when you're singing the deep mine blues. Down in the city, jobs they were scarce. Luke Diamond needed some men. Oh, they put me on digging number 9 coal alongside my kinfolk and friends. You won't see the light of day. You can't wash that coal dust away. You'll never gain as much as you lose when you're singing the deep mine blues. it low. Sing the song however you choose. You'll go to work when the whistle blows and be singing the D mine blues. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, cool, Myron. Thank you. Awesome. And we probably should have told the folks. That's from that Lonesome Standard Time album, isn't it?
Right, Larry Cordell.
Larry Cordell, one to get.
Murder on Music Row.
Guy, Murder on Music Road. Murder was committed down on Music Road. Good record. All right.
Want to answer a question while you're changing instruments there?
Of course.
Okay. This is from Kevin Falvey. And he said,
What does he say?
Yorma, what was the opinion/reaction of the rest of the band when Jack and you first said, we're going to play acoustic as Hot Tuna, that's it?
You know, one of the really interesting things about, I presume the band, I presume that he's talking about Jefferson Airplane.
I'm going to say yes.
That's what it sounds like to me. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, look, if I had to do it over, you know, in my opinion, when I left the Airplane, and I can't speak for Jack, although I think that we're sort of on the same page with this, it has sort of run its creative life for me. That being said, one of the amazing things about being in that band, and I owe all my colleagues that I worked with over that 7-year period we were together, just a huge debt of gratitude. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You know, as contentious as that band could be with each other, with band meetings and this's and that's, there was a lot of stuff that just didn't get argued about. Like, for example, there I was in a band with a gaggle of world-class songwriters and singers, but if I wrote a song, they always let me put it on the record. And there was never any, in my opinion, any like, you know, backstabbing, and et cetera, about stuff like that. That being said, they just let us go. They let us go, and they went on and created the Starship. And my comment at a moment like that is, I always quit the band before it makes the big money. But all joking aside, you know, they just let us move on. Had I to do it over again, I probably would have. We probably would have done a farewell tour or something like that. But in answer to your question, Paul Kantner actually encouraged Jack and I in the first place to actually play an acoustic duo on stage. I'm thinking it was the Fillmore East, but listen, it was a long time ago, so I'm not betting the farm on it. But I remember he said, "Why don't you and Jack play a whatever, you know?" And yeah, we could. I don't remember. We could have done Hesitation, but we played this guitar, by the way, and Jack playing bass, and so the answer is, in their own lovable way, the band encouraged us to do that.
Excellent answer. So,
Thank you, Vanessa.
so you said that, you know, you always left the band before they made the big money.
Yes.
But look in your life, and everybody knows you're going to be 80 at the end of this year.
If I'm lucky.
So look where you are. Look where it brought you
Yeah.
to this amazing part of Ohio.
I've no
Southeast
complaints.
Ohio is what we call God's country.
We do call
and
it
you
that.
can interpret that however you want, but it is really, you know, we couldn't think this up. We weren't that smart. So
Yeah,
I
I
believe
know.
that we were brought here, and what's going on now, pandemic aside,
Yes.
is magical. So
Yeah, I agree. Hey, you know me. And, you know, the other thing is that, you know, as I'm fond of saying, in a normal world, I'd be a great grandfather, but in this one, I have high school age kids, and I get that young people want to go somewhere else. I get that, but you can always say you grew up in the country, or you might stay. Who knows? In any case, I'm sure I'm glad the sun came out today. I'll tell you what. Yeah. So. Well, keep on trucking, mama, truck my blues away. Keep on trucking, mama, truck my blues away. Well, keep on, big as sin, tell what you've been doing by the shape you're in. Said, keep on trucking, mama, truck my blues away. Well, you've been doing like I think you've been doing, can't do that round here. Been doing like I think you've been doing, Lord, I can't do that around here. Ashes, ashes, dust to dust, baby, what you gonna do when that damn thing rusts? Well, keep on trucking, mama, truck my blues away. Well, what's that smell like fish, oh baby? I'll tell you if you really want to know. What's that smell like fish, oh mama-in-law? Tell you if you really want to know. Said that ain't pudding, mama-in-law, it ain't pie. Said it's stuff that I got you by. Well, keep on trucking, mama-in-law, truck my blues away. Yes, you gotta leave house this morning, get your yes, yes out of my door. Gotta leave my house this morning, get your yes, yes out of my door. Ashes to ashes, mama, lordy, dust to dust. And what you gonna do when that damn thing rusts? Well, keep on trucking, mama, truck my blues away. Well, keep on trucking, mama, my blues away. Keep on trucking, mama, truck my blues away. Ashes to ashes, mama, and dust to dust. What you gonna do when that damn thing rusts? Well, keep on trucking, mama, truck my blues away. Oh no, my blues away. I said, truck my blues away. Hey, Ness, should I tell them about the source of the hot tuna name since I just played that song? Yeah, sure, I should. So, people have been asking every now and then, where did you get the name hot tuna? I heard it was supposed to be hot shit. Heard it was supposed to be this and that. Totally untrue. We were driving around in I think it was a Ford LTD station wagon, probably sometime in the late 60s, on St. Mark's in New York by the old, I think it was the old, one of them psychedelic places that became an AA meeting later on. Anyway, and for some reason, somebody in the car, probably me, but I can't swear that was the case, said, "What's that smell like fish, oh baby?" It's the line of the song. "What's that smell like fish, oh baby? Tell you." And I believe it was Paul Kantner said, "Hot tuna." And because it was the late 60s, I said, wow, that's a really great name for a band.
Good answer.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Okay. So I'm guessing there's probably time to get Mr. Hurlbutt up here. What do you think? Here, let me change guitars for you, John. Hang on there, bud.
Please, thank you. Please and thank you. So Paul gave you a good name for the group. I'd say so.
Well, it could have been worse.
I guess.
You know, I always think of like, you know, one of those punk bands in San Francisco, like the Dickheads. You know, I can just think of, and you're in class, hey, what does your dad do? He plays in a band. What's the band called? It could be worse, that's all I'm saying.
Izzy asked me the other day, what's the name of that band, those guys that Daddy knows? It was some weird name. I had a, she's laughing. She had a butt in it. I go, you mean the Butthole Surfers?
You know, speaking of Gibby, who's the leader of the Butthole Surfers, and we're not buds, but I've known him for a while. So he had a Jack Russell Terrier, and I had an English Bull Terrier. And our dogs had a sort of a long-distance love affair. I used to have, his Jack Russell's dog was named Mr. Cigar. And he sent me a publicity photo of Mr. Cigar that said, Dear Marlowe, I want to sniff your butt and lick your balls. I wish I still had that picture, that's all I can say.
Where's that poster?
Indeed. Okay, hang on.
Sorry, girls.
See what you get for asking that question, Izzy? Well, Yorma, it's good to see and hear you tonight.
Well, by golly, John, let me turn
Boy,
so
oh
I can
boy.
actually see you. Here we go.
I'd like to send out some birthday greetings.
Lay it on us,
because,
brother.
Our dear friend Michael Falserano's birthday yesterday.
Michael!
Michael, yep.
How you doing, you old gummer?
Yeah. You know, Mr. Dillon joins your age group tomorrow. He turns 79.
Wow.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, Bob.
Uh-huh.
There you go, bud.
And our dear friend Wally, who you out there in Radio Streamland will know Wally. He's the guy that's here on concert night to help us with parking and all that good stuff.
Hey, John, you're rubbing the strings of your guitar against that microphone there.
I knew that.
Yeah, I know
I
you
do
did.
that on purpose.
I was wondering how
like
you got that sound.
Like a sound effect, you see. And happy birthday to Wally also.
Yeah, Wally.
boy.
Wally's birthday today?
No, it's not till Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Has he quit smoking yet?
He's been working on it for 3 years.
What's he down to now?
5, the same 5 he was on last year and the year before. Yep. I guess the 4 is hard to get to, you know.
I guess. What are we doing first there, big guy?
How about this one right here, Yorma? In South Carolina, there's many tall pines. I remember the oak tree that we used to climb. Makes me feel better each time it begins, calling me home to Hickory Wind. I started out younger, most everything, all the riches and pleasures. What else could life bring? And now when I'm lonely, I always pretend I'm getting the feel of Hickory Wind. It's a hard way to find out that trouble is real in a faraway city with a faraway feel. And it makes me feel better each time it begins, calling me home to Hickory Wind. Keeps calling me home, Hickory Wind. Thank you, thank you. Of course, a song by the great Graham Parsons. Now we've got something real special going on.
We do.
We have something very special.
Do we
going on.
ever?
You know, the people have been asking, Yarma. The people have been asking.
What have they been asking, John?
They've been asking, where's Vanessa? We get to hear her voice, but we haven't got a chance to see her.
The answer.
Got
Oh.
my shoes.
Oh, now you're going to be short from the mic. You have to bring it down. Huh? Yep, that's what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, Vanessa Kalkinen coming up to help us tonight on some vocals. And this is a very cool song. And it's a song called Seems Like a Long Time. And Vanessa and I many times have played this at the end of a student performance, and it's always been a nice way to end a wonderful afternoon, boy. We miss those Sunday afternoons with our
We
people,
do.
boy. But
We
they'll
do.
be coming back.
I'm sure
Now,
they will.
Yorma, I remind you of a very funny story. I learned this song my post-high school days, and they always said it was a song by Tim Hardin. So for many decades, I used to introduce this song as I'd say this is a Tim Hardin song. And then we were at the Dana in San Diego one year when we were teaching on the road, and at the end of us doing that and saying that, one of our students came up and he said, "That is not a Tim Hardin song." And I said, "Oh, really? I think it is." He said, "No, my sister was married to him, and I know that was not one of his songs." And indeed, he was right. And because, see, back then we couldn't do it, but we Googled it and found out it was a guy named Ted Anderson. So, Mr. Anderson, I'm sorry for not giving you credit for all these years for this beautiful song called Seems Like a Long Time. This is a good one to sing along at home, so please join Vanessa and I on the harmony vocals from home. We would appreciate it, and we'll be listening.
You don't need to videotape yourself
No.
singing harmony this week.
Daytime is only the other side of nighttime. If you've ever waited for the sun, you know what it's like to wish daytime would come. And don't it seems like a long time? Seems like a long time. Seems like a long, long time. Sometimes it seems like a long time. Seems like a long time. Seems like a long, long time. Yes, it does. A long, long time. Hard times are only the other side of good times. If you've ever wished hard times were gone, you know what it's like to wish good times would come. And don't it seems like a long time? Seems like a long time. Seems like a long, long time. Sometimes it seems
like a long time. Seems like a long time. Seems like a long, long time. Yes, it does. A long, long time. Wartime is only the other side of peacetime. But if you've ever seen how wars are won, you know what it's like to wish that peace would come. And don't it seems like a long time? Seems like a long time. Seems like a long, long time. Sometimes it seems like a long time. Seems like a long time. Seems like a long, long time. Yes, it does. A long, long time. Yes, it does. A long, long time. Thank you. Thank you, Vanessa. Yorma. Bless up, everybody.
Big fun. Big fun. Yikes. You guys in the union, by the way, we didn't talk about that. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was, I love that song. So. Where's my shop steward? I was thinking about going on strike, but then I realized I am on strike.
One more question.
Lay it on me.
Let me fix the camera first. Hold on.
Well, let me fix this chair. That's the story of my life, Vanessa. Little blurry, that's me. Maybe I'll tune while you're de-blurring me.
I'm playing, I'm working the cameras.
Work, 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 right?
So, the question is from Penny Goldstein.
Okay.
And I've seen this ad, so it's kind of cool. She said, Yorma, remember the Stretch Levi's commercial you guys made with the Jefferson Airplane? How did that come to be?
Management.
We love Levi's. We're a
Yeah,
Levi
we do.
family.
Actually, it was, I believe the commercial was white Levi's. White Levi's, but they were stretchy. How for the days when I could wear stretch clothes, but that's another story altogether. So, yeah. So, interestingly enough, when Grace got in the band, back in those days, that's funny stuff, you talk about bands. We caught a lot of flack for doing that. I can't believe you guys sold out. I mean, hey, look. I mean, it's not like, I can understand the Johnny Cash legacy people not letting them use Ring of Fire for a hemorrhoid commercial. I get that. I understand that. But white Levi's? Come on. Anyhow, so we're always looking for ways to make a little money because we weren't making very money back then, and we got to do the Levi commercial, and we cut several of them. And it was really a lot of fun because we were new working in the studio back then, and we got a whole boatload of free jeans, which in 1966 really meant a lot, let me tell you. How's that for an answer, Vanessa?
You're on fire tonight, Yorma.
I'm on fire. So one of the other things was we have I'd like to put a shout out to our Jeff Jampole and his crew of merry people out there in California that are been handling the legacy of the airplane and stuff. So they're always looking for things for us to do, and we could go on and on about the internecine battles of collecting for streaming worldwide and all this kind of stuff. We're not going to go there. But anyway, so yeah. Now, nobody's going on a cruise today, are they, Vanessa? This is not a time to go cruising. I'm not dumping on cruises, so don't get on my shit. But it's like, so I believe it was a Carnival, or they did this thing where they did White Rabbit was a commercial for Carnival. Hey, not bad. And not only that, they used a Marty Balance song, "This Is My Life," for some makeup commercial. So, I get these things. Did you know that they did this? Of course we know they did it. You license things like that, and you get paid for that kind of stuff. Anyway, to go back in time, yes, we got a lot of crap for selling out.
It's not selling out.
I know.
You're like the can of soup. You're my can of soup.
I'm your can of soup.
selling a can of soup. If what a lot of people don't realize is that, you live on the road, pandemic aside,
Yeah.
and you love what you do. That's your job. That is your job.
Such
and
as
if
it is.
you're not out working,
I'm walking the dog.
you're but that's what you do, and you're a songwriter, and songwriters sell their songs.
Correct.
So, I've delicately answered this question, sometimes not delicately.
Well, it depends on how it's asked. Listen, it's a
Sure.
valid question. I don't, but yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I thought that White Rabbit commercial was awesome.
I did too.
Because I've been on one cruise. Somebody a couple of years ago asked me to take them on a Disney cruise.
The Disney years, yeah.
I thought, well, this should be safe. This should be safe for me.
Right, and then?
Because it's no secret.
Yes.
I live a clean and sober life. I've been clean and sober for, it'll be 27 years this year.
Yeah, well,
and I thought,
congratulations.
Disney cruise, this will be great.
But
No. I was safe. I feel good about my what I do every day, but there were lots of
the adults
parents
were
beveraging.
relaxing. The adults were relaxing, right?
They were relaxing,
Ah, okay,
yeah.
good.
But I was that woman trying to just when you have your quote-unquote day at sea,
Right.
it's like they shut everything down and you're stuck in the middle of the water and you have a day at sea and it's hot and every kid is in the pool and probably peeing in the pool.
No, say it
I
isn't
found
so.
a tiny little seat for
Say it
me to
isn't
just
so.
kick back, and I was that woman in the commercial. So now you have to find the commercial where all of a sudden, one of the stewards comes over and says, "Excuse me, ma'am," and then all of a sudden I open my eyes and I'm like, "Oh, I'm on a Disney cruise."
Good times.
I mean that in a good way, I guess. I don't want to get sued.
Yeah.
By Disney.
You're not gonna get
but,
sued. Yeah, me and Myron are the guys who did that.
Somebody sue Oprah for saying meat was bad. I love Disney. I just want everybody to know that.
I love meat. Yeah, good times. Yeah, my kid needs to go to college. Come on. You paying for it? Right. Okay, so, yeah, okay. So, yeah. So this next song I'm going to do is one called Corners Without Exits. And, woo, Corners Without Exits. Thank you. I'll hold your applause. And yeah, and then as with many of these songs from those periods back then, it was actually written on this guitar. So we'll see if the guitar remembers how to play it. Will you hope the road you follow will lead you to the sea? And you hope the time allowed you will start you living free. But when the world is busy, and the way is hard to see, when tomorrow comes around, will you remember? Well, when the time you got to wonder is slipping by your side, and the way you try to move to the future lets you hide into corners without exits, so you try to find a ride. Tomorrow come, will you remember? What you're going through, it's spinning, just keep taking you for a ride. Don't you know you gotta keep on fighting through, last from there and lying deep inside. Well, now the last ship in the harbor is sailing on the tide, and your papers are in order, so you better get inside. Your broad horizon ready, the world is open wide. When forever comes, you'll still remember. Thank you. So I think we have time for two more. John pointed out that I wrote Babe, I Want You to Know twice on the set list, thus making the set list a valuable collectible. I'm probably not going to do that twice. Let's see. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. So, good old fun-loving hot tuna does this version of Walkin' Blues. All kinds of noise and I get to make faces, stuff like that. Anyhow, so I'm not a Robert Johnson specialist like my buddy John Hammond and Tom Feldman and so many other guys I know that do that stuff so well. Well, who doesn't love Robert Johnson? Well, I got up this morning, child, round for my shoes. Lord knows I got them, baby, them old walking blues. Feeling right for my shoes. Lord knows I got them old walking blues. Well, Elton moving from head down to her toes and breaks in on down Mama Lorna. Anywhere she goes, well, there's a moving from her head down to her toes. Breaks in on down. Anywhere she goes. Leave this house as in morning after round the blinds. I've been mistreated, said, don't mind none. Well, have to ride the blinds. You know I've been mistreated, don't mind none. Well, I got up this morning, child, round for my shoes. And Lord knows I got them, baby, them old walking blues. Well, feeling right for my shoes. Lord knows I got them old walking blues. Lord knows I got them old walking blues. Lord knows I got them old walking blues. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, thanks so much. I'm going to pick another one, and then I guess we'll put number 8 to bed. What do you think, Myron? Yeah, okay, well, let's see. Or maybe not, we'll see. Well, folks, thanks so much for listening to us tonight. We sure appreciate it, and we need to take note of our crack in-house staff. Izzy. Yay. Are you playing a game or being productive on that computer over there?
She's manning the chat.
Oh,
and
manning
some of
the
other
chat.
stuff.
Very good.
Yep.
Very good.
She
Thanks,
switched
Iz.
jobs.
Appreciate it. Myron, buddy, always a treat. Mr. Hurlbutt, always a pleasure to listen and play with you. We've been friends for a really long time. How long? How long? Almost 40 years. And of course, Andy Walla back there.
Andy!
Andy, without you, we'd just be staring at that gear. That's a fact. And of course, like I tell people that want me to do things, I agree to anything. Vanessa makes it happen. Vanessa, yay!
Yay, Vanessa! Woo!
Nice work tonight, by the way.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
good.
you. So I wanted to just mention to everyone, we've mentioned it in the live chat, and everybody's been Facebook messaging me. We are aware that the Fur Peace Ranch store is super, super slow. I feel like Ticketmaster right now.
Right.
Gosh, I'm like dissing everybody. I hope they don't come after me.
Well, we're not working anyway, so what difference does it
Yeah,
make?
really, what are they going to do? So we just updated our server, and things are catching up, but here's the deal. There's like 3,000 people trying to get the while supplies last special. So when the show is over and things calm down a little bit, you have until midnight to cash in on some of these really great deals, especially the every order gets a free Izzy tea, the last week's signed set list, the Yorma 70th birthday DVD. We're going to run that special through Memorial Day, and the motorcycle shirts will stay on sale as well. So please come back, and thank you for that. Yeah, thank you so much. And Yorma, we should thank you, because we'd all be, I don't know what we'd be doing without you.
How many times can I walk the dog?
Oh, believe me, you can 4 times a day, both of them.
Indeed. Yeah, well, listen, good times, and folks, it could be a lot worse. We all know that. And so stay well out there. Walking down that lonesome road set my soul on fire. Looking back before I left, the passions I desire. Can't you help me anymore? Live my life more freely, instead of twisting like a rope that's falling at your feet. Well, alright, future paved the way, still I could not follow. Blindness caught and made me slave, serving royal sorrow. You could free my captive soul, hesitation, madness. For my life just ain't nowhere, all I see is sadness. Well, alright, find my blindness, change to sight. Well, alright, Still wait for you in the night, alright. Walking down that lonesome road, flying with feet of fire, looking for that windy place. The mountaintop, a fortress beckons fondly, thoughts about a brighter day, together in the sun. Well, alright, future paved the way, still I could not follow. Blindness caught and made me slave, serving royal sorrow. You could free my captive soul, hesitation, madness. My life just ain't no fair, all I see is sadness. Well, alright. Still wait for you in the night. Well, alright. Well, alright. Wait for you in the night. Thanks a lot, folks. Stay well, and we hope to see you next week for number 9.
Have a nice Memorial Day, everyone.
Absolutely.
Be safe.
Honor Memorial Day.